Hi guys! Collab this week with the lovely Melissa, who is a fellow YouTuber who you might know and have watched.
No.
She's also an author, but we're collabing this week.
Yay!
To tell you our top 10 most anticipated films of 2015. So next year, not 2014, which is what we accidentally said earlier.
Yeah,
but
I got a bit confused. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But 2015, and we've got 10 of them, so here we go. Just to let all you guys know, in this video we will be watching, we watched the trailers.
Yeah.
So we will be releasing spoilers from the trailers and a little bits of storyline and what happens in them. So if you don't want to know, if you haven't seen the trailers or you don't want to know until you've seen the film, stop watching. Yeah. I will not be offended. We won't be offended.
We won't mind.
Just stop watching because we don't
right
want to
now.
ruin it for
Stop
you.
it.
First up is Star Wars 7. The Force Awakens. I think two things that stood out for me, well, three actually, was we had the little droid, the ball droid.
That was what stood out for me.
So, like, I can't wait. Like, I've not seen a droid like that. I might have missed them, but they look super cool.
See, I've never seen a Star Wars movie before, I don't think. So, total newbie, but I really want one of those little droids because it was super, like, really cute.
We need to reevaluate our friendship.
I know.
The second thing that stood out for me was the appearance of John Boyega, who was in Attack the Block and 24 this year, Attack the Block a couple of years ago, and he appeared in the trailer. 3 is the awesome, like, ancient looking lightsaber. I've never seen a lightsaber like this, but it looked like a sword. Like, you had the normal, like, you had the handle and the normal lightsaber, and then you had two little bits that, like, shot out the side.
It looked like a sword.
It did look like a sword.
But glowing.
Yeah. 2 on the list is Terminator Genesis. The Terminators are back, but in a different storyline. So, Christian Bale's out, and Jason Clarke is in. You might know him from Planet of the Apes, the new one. And he was also in an Kate and Ashley film, which not many people know, but he was. And he plays John Connor. You've got Jai Courtney, Emilia Clarke as well. I mean, also a T-1000, which was not in the original storyline. Where did he come from?
Magic.
But yeah, so basically you have the first storyline, the first film, that storyline.
Yeah.
But from John's point of view and Kyle's point of view.
Okay.
So instead of you doing it from Sarah's point of view and the Terminator coming to kill her, you have it from John and Kyle, and John sending Kyle back into the past to try and stop Judgment Day and the Terminators killing Sarah. But when Kyle gets there, something's got a bit haywire. Yeah. Someone's done something because
something's been messing about.
Yeah, because Sarah steals the Terminator's line, "Come with me if you want to live," which I think
she does very well.
She does very well. It was brilliant.
Impressed.
And she's not the feeble, emotional Sarah that we met in the first film. Yeah, I think it's safe to say. It does look amazing. Matt Smith was not in the trailer, but some fans seem to have think that he was in one of the scenes at the start where John sends Kyle back. He's in the background. Okay. And fans have been like, this blurry person, we think it's Matt Smith. Number 3 on our list is Jurassic World. The dinosaurs are back with a vengeance, I think it's safe to say.
Oh yeah. In
a park that this time was working until humans started meddling. See, the park is back open, the dinosaurs are there, and they look like they're okay with human interaction now.
They're dealing with it.
Yeah.
Feels a little bit like a zoo theme park kind of thing.
So we have a new hybrid, which we only get to see from behind, and it's only like a little bit. So we got to see its legs and its hands, which it looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
A little bit. But
it has like talons on its hands.
Yeah, I think it's got longer arms.
Yeah. So it's a genetically modified hybrid.
Scary.
Thanks to Bryce Dillon Howard. Well done you. I'm a really big fan of Jurassic Park, and I was really excited when they said they were going to bring a new one out. And I'm glad that they've sort of changed the premise. They've changed the title and the theme tune. The theme, like...
The theme tune was good.
Yeah, and like, it's a lot more scary. Yeah. And in the old ones, obviously, when the logo came up, you used to have the little sound that the dinosaur made, but this time it's different. So I think it's the same premise, but a completely different spin on it, which I'm glad, because they're not trying to remake more of the old stuff. Number 4, we have one that we are very excited for. The new Avengers, Age of Ultron, which we're very excited for. There are no strings on him.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Our favourite Avengers are back,
Yay!
but they don't seem to be getting along.
No. Iron Man and Hulk. Oh, there's some tension there. I'm just saying.
And then you also have Thor lifting Tony up when he's out of his Iron Man suit as well.
Which is not nice.
Things are not going well for the Avengers, and also not for the planet, as we see a lot of explosions, a lot of people running, a lot of cars left in the street, a lot of walls being blown up.
One thing I would like to point out, in the trailer, Britain's in it, because they've got one of our police cars. Yeah. We're never in these kinds of movies. We always like secretly die at the end.
We were in Thor 2.
I've not seen Thor 2 yet.
Thor 2.
It's on my to-do list. Yeah. Alright, sorry. That was really stupid then, wasn't it?
One thing I am looking forward to in this film, which you get to see in the trailer, is Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, who you saw at the end of Captain America 2, I do believe. I want to see how they play Quicksilver in the Avengers compared to X-Men, because I love X-Men and I love Avengers, but they've picked 2 different actors and 2 different styles of Quicksilver for the films.
Interesting.
So you have Evan Peters in X-Men, but you have Aaron Johnson? Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Still his name.
Aaron Taylor Johnson plays Quicksilver in this, and Elizabeth Olsen is Scarlet Witch, who they both played a couple in Godzilla. The second thing I can't wait to be explained, well, explained for you, because I sort of know where it's coming from, is the ballet scene. Fans who have read the comic book or have researched what happens in this,
not me,
will have been going on Tumblr. It's a backstory. I'll tell you that it's a backstory of one of the characters. Which,
I think I know who.
Okay, shh.
Alright, I won't. I'll keep that to myself.
I am really excited to see if it's just that character's backstory, if it is the backstory at all, and whether we're going to get backstory to some of the other characters that maybe haven't had films. Next up on the list, we have the re-envisioning of Peter Pan.
Yay!
It's called Pan. It comes out in July next year. And we've got the Hook before he became Hook. We have Pan before he became Peter Pan. Tiger Lily's there as well. But then you also have Hugh Jackman as Blackbeard.
Which is interesting. I did not see that coming.
Okay, so the basis of this, from what I can get from synopsis and the trailer, is that Pan, Peter at this point, is an orphan. And one night, Blackbeard and his motley crew come and start stealing some children. Naughty. Yes, and Peter is taken away to Neverland, where he is forced to work, and he meets a very young Captain Hook, who is not Captain Hook yet. One thing I am excited about, we've already mentioned Hugh Jackman as Blackbeard, is Garrett Hedlund as Hook. I love Garrett Hedlund. He was in Eragon, Four Brothers, Friday Night Lights. Okay. The film, not the TV show. He's amazing, and I can't wait to see how, because in the trailer he's so funny. I was giggling at the trailer already, so to see him in the film, I'm really looking forward to that. Next up on the list, we have a film adaptation of a book, 50 Shades of Grey.
Whoa, guys, whoa.
I think the trailer's very tastefully done.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed.
What they're going to include.
I think they've done it in a way that they're going to attract people that may not necessarily have read the books, but think it's going to be a love story. Because there is definitely love in it.
Yeah.
But that's not what the film's about. It's not what the books were about at all. All 3 of them were all about very particular. But I do actually have to say some of that is spot on. So the main broad outline of the storyline is you have Anastasia, who's a very naive, I think, safe to say. Definitely.
Who is writing an article for her newspaper that she works for. And she gets to meet Mr. Grey.
Oh, Mr. Grey in his grey office.
Mr. Grey in his grey office. Who, Christian Grey, who entices her, I think to say.
Definitely. She's definitely persuaded.
Yes, but he has a very dark secret, a bit of a taboo secret. Yeah. Within his personal life and extracurricular activities. One thing I am excited about this film is that Jamie Dornan is playing Christian Grey. I'm a massive fan of his. He was in Once Upon a Time. I have a fact. Yes, dear. I'd like to share with you. Some of you might know this. Let's educate. Yay! Education time. 50 Shades of Grey originally started as a
Twilight fanfic on Tumblr, and she wrote the whole thing, the whole trilogy. Didn't really think of anything of it, and then a publisher like approached her and said, if you change the names, because it was the names of Twilight characters, we think this would be a really good book series. Also, one thing I want to mention about the film that I'm looking forward to is the girl power that we're seeing from Rita Ora, who plays Christian Grey's sister. And also Beyonce's reimagining of her music for the film. Really good.
I'm so excited, especially in the first trailer, because we've had 2 now.
Yeah.
The second one was Haunted, I think. The first one was Crazy in Love.
Really good.
It's such a good version. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Even if you just watch the trailer for that song.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Really good. I can't wait to get the soundtrack.
Next up, Shailene Woodley and Theo James are back for Insurgent.
Woo!
Of course, this is a book adaptation. We had Divergent first, and now we have Insurgent. And Triss is back to set a few things straight, I think to say.
Yeah. And
to help fight the system, fight the power that are trying to kill and test Divergence. For those who haven't seen the first film,
like me,
or read the books,
like me,
basically in the first film it followed Triss, who, when you turn a certain age, you are tested to see what faction you're put in. It's a post-apocalyptic world, and each faction is responsible for a certain thing. Now when Triss gets tested, a load of different things come up for her test, which means she's divergent, so she's more than one, which we think threaten the system. So divergents are often killed, or they can't choose a faction, so they remain factionless and hide. Triss, of course, was a divergent and gets found out.
Uh-oh.
So now she's back in the second one to fight Kate Winslet, who's also back, along with Jai Courtney as well, who I'm really excited for. We haven't got to wait too long to see, because it's out on March 20th.
Yeah.
So we've only got like 3 and a bit months left.
Just before Easter.
Yeah.
We're back, pitches!
This is more one for you than me, isn't it?
I'm excited. Pitch Perfect 2!
Yes, Pitch Perfect 2.
If you've not seen the first one, where have you been?
All our favourites are back.
Yay!
So, I'm so excited. I'm so
Kendrick.
Excited. But you're more excited than I am.
Yeah,
because
I'm
I
very
like
excited.
Pitch Perfect. I like musicals and that kind of thing.
But to be fair, I'm not that into musicals, and it was you guys that got me into Pitch Perfect. You were like, "Oh, have you seen it?" I was like, "No." So I bought it on DVD and I sat down and watched it, and then literally it finished. I listened to the end credit, and then hit replay. But it's a lot more of a global scale this time because they've finished uni. Is that right?
I think they're still at uni
because
when they sing in the songs "When I'm Gone," Anna Kendrick is still in her bedroom at uni, so I don't know whether they're just finishing and it's like a goodbye kind of thing. But
it looks like a world tournament. That's probably the wrong word. It's like all over the world. So there's got a massive stage, loads more dancing and singing, and Fat Amy's back.
Rebel Wilson, Anna Kendrick, Elizabeth Banks, and we haven't got to wait very long for this one either because it's May 15th. Next up, we have one that we've based off the trailer. We're not really familiar with the trilogy before or the franchise before. It's Mad Max Fury Road. Okay, so it's set in the future. The world is out of oil and water, and it is ruled by fire, is what it said in the trailer.
Yep.
It's just basically the world is now a desert, and the world belongs to the mad. You have Mad Max, played by Tom Hardy. The whole world has gone mad, I think, is safe to say. And they're attacking each other. You have a group of girls led by Charlize Theron. Is that how you say it? Charlize Theron?
Yeah. Her.
Yes. With Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
Who is in Divergent and Insurgent. Her dad's also in the Hunger Games.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. And you also have Rosie Huntington Whiteley.
We don't know.
Who was in Transformers. So you have a lot of names, a lot of well-known names in there, which I think might make this film.
Yeah.
Nicholas Hoult is in it. Hell to the yes.
Remind me.
Beast in X-Men. the new ones.
Yeah, I like him.
About a boy as well.
Nah. Excellent.
I'm so excited.
He's
in
cool.
Skins.
I like
Tony
him.
in Skins as well,
Him!
of course.
Yes. Oh, I knew I recognised his
I'm
face.
so excited because he plays a very different role in this. It's a role that is so different to anything we've seen him in before. He completely lets loose on sanity for this character, which I think is going to be awesome.
That was probably a requirement for this film.
Yeah. This one's out on the 15th of May as well.
Oh, what else was out on the 15th of May? What was that?
You're going to see yours, I'm going to see mine.
Yeah, we'll go to the cinema together.
But watch separate films.
Yeah. And
number one on our list is one that we are so excited for, which there's no trailer and it's not out until September. But Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials. All our favourites are back. Our favourite Gladers are back. Dylan O'Brien.
I'm going to marry him
Thomas Brody Sangster. I'm so excited. Literally, I cannot.
What's that other one you like?
Ki Hong-yi.
He was cute.
He plays Min Ho. Oh my gosh.
He was cute.
I'm so excited. I have loved these books for a while. So when they announced they were making The Maze Runner into a film, I was like freaking out. Like my mum got so tired of me watching the trailer. She was like, I can say it word for word and I don't even know what it's about. So like the fact that they're making the second one and there's been Kaya has released pictures from the set. We now have seen part of the desert set and there's been like a behind the scenes leak. So like costumes, like little costumes been released. I'm so excited. Our Gladers have just escaped from the maze.
Yeah.
They're out, minus a few of our favourites. But they are out and they are now in the wide world. But the maze was only the beginning. And then there's another book after this.
Day one. What?
My nerves are not going to handle this. I've read all the books.
I'm going to give out.
And I'm just literally, I'm so excited. One thing I'm looking forward to in this film is the new cast. Natalie Emmanuel, who you'll know from Hollyoaks. She's also in Game of Thrones at the minute. She is joining, so we're getting another female cast member.
Ooh.
My favourite, Thomas Brody Sangster, is back. But we do have to wait a while. It's not until September next year. They've only just started filming. But I don't care. I don't care. It's coming. It's literally, the film is so close.
And if you have read the books, it gives you a chance to reread them. And if you haven't read the books, not only can you read the books, but you get to see the first film.
Yeah. I think the first film was such a amazing attempt at taking the book to screen.
Yeah.
Literally, the fans were so happy with it and the casting was amazing. So literally when I went to watch it, I in my review, I'll link that down below, the sets, the cast, the storyline, the way they brought it to screen was just amazing, and it was done in such an amazing way. It was just utterly brilliant. It's just claps to the director, the cast, the producers, everything, everyone behind the scenes, because you did such an amazing job. And I'm so confident the second one is going to be as good, if not better. So Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials was our number one, and those are our top 10 films we're waiting for.
That's it, guys.
For 2015. We do have other films that we're waiting for, so we might do a part 2 for you later
out for
on.
Part 2.
But those were our top 10 films. We hope we've inspired you to look into some film franchises, maybe.
And maybe some books as well, guys.
And maybe some books
Branch out on the media.
Yeah. So, but thank you so much for watching.
Thanks.
This has been Mel.
That's been Ashley.
Yeah. Like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will see you next week.
Bye guys.